Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Vancouver Resource Investment Conference, and Commodity TV is here as usual at the booth of Fission Uranium. And with me here is Dev Randhawa, the CEO of the company. Dev, welcome and Happy New Year again.
Well, thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I spoke already with Ross in London at Mines and Money. That's
Right.
almost some 8 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's really important to look a bit more on the macro side from
Sure.
your perspective, because you are one of the experts, definitely.
Thank you.
And so I think Fission is and positioned for
Yes.
sure. You have a great indicated resource. The resource is growing, and I think when can we expect the next resource estimation?
I think by the end of we're going to do summer drilling. I mean, the more information you have, the better.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 2 sets of drilling, and then we'll update it by the end of the year.
Okay, super. Now we saw great movement in the uranium price.
Right.
I think we went from 1760 in the
Yeah.
spot price up to 24 almost. Now it's 23.
That's right, yes.
What are your comments on that?
Well, you know, there's been 2 significant events. I think Trump's election was one, and number 2, the Kazakhs saying they're going to cut back production 10%, and that's 5 million pounds, though. That 5 million pounds, I mean, that has put a damper on the spot price for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it's always there, and Kazakhs, for whatever reason, they like to sell on the spot price, and spot price is what everybody watches all the time. They shouldn't be. You should be watching the long-term price, but that's not what people do. So
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 events. The stocks were already moving up once Trump got elected, because Trump said energy was a big focus of his, nuclear was going to be a part of it. Then you've also got Rick Perry, who's going to be head of energy, and it's that's where most of uranium comes from right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's very pro-Texas,
Yeah.
right? And as a result, all the stars are lining up. Now, we've still got a long ways to go. You know, right, we're only talking $23, right? Look, these prices need to go to $50, $70 before new mines can come into production.
Absolutely.
Right?
What is the average producing price in the world now?
Well, the average cost is around
cost, yeah,
40
sorry.
to 45.
Yeah.
Now, remember, you've got to make a return for the money you get from people, which is 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
You got administration costs that can be 25%. So really, you need $70, $75 before the average mine in the world
Yeah.
can go back in production. So we've got a long ways to go, but it's a good turn. When stocks do this, it just shows you how badly they were beat up. Like for Denison to go from 49 cents to $1, it just shows you how badly it was oversold.
Yeah. Same with your stock. I mean, 47 cents up
Yeah.
to 85 in the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's also nearly a double.
Yeah, and yet
Yeah.
nothing really changed.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, with all due respect, nothing really changed in our company, nothing
Yeah.
really changed in
all
Denison.
the others, yeah.
Exactly. In fact, the exact opposite was happening. You had Chemical saying, we're going to lay off people by 9%. They're shutting down Rabbit. They're going to get rid of all their ISL projects in the down south. So they were cutting back.
Yeah.
So I think this move has caught some people by surprise.
Yeah.
But again, it all starts with this thing called market confidence. Well, that's what Trump has done. Whether you
Yeah.
agree with his loudmouth and everything else,
We will see, I would say.
and therefore, that's the way it is. So to me, it's really about confidence, and that's what he inspires.
Yeah.
And rightly or wrongly.
Absolutely. Let's come maybe to some more hard facts. What is going on in China? We see like every 2nd or 3rd month, I
Yeah.
think a nuclear power plant goes online.
Exactly.
I think India is developing and building. So
Yes.
what's
Well,
the status in the world from your perspective?
Well, fundamentally, China wants to be like America, where 20% of their energy comes from nuclear power.
Yeah.
But right now, it's only 1.5%.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very, it's a big, ambitious plan,
Yeah.
but they can do it.
And they have the money for it.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. For us, I went there for a board meeting, and I saw their new building.
Yeah.
And I got to go to this floor where they have a history of all the uranium. What they've done in 25 years, no country could have done.
Yeah.
Because they have the capital. They're talking about building small plants, if you can believe this, for these oil rigs out in the water. I was like, what? They actually want to build, that's their next level, is
Wow.
to build small ones.
Yeah.
So these guys aren't thinking, they're very aggressive, as you know. the lead arm for the central government of China is CGN, and they gave us a lot of money.
Almost 20%, yeah?
Yeah, almost 1%. But the key is it makes us not have to go to the market to raise money.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that don't need to raise money or have no debt.
Yeah.
Above all, the biggest is that our resource is mostly indicated, but also the key thing is it's only 50 meters from surface.
Yeah, that's what we see here also.
Yeah, this is only 3.5 meters, 3 to 3.5 meters of water, and then you've got only 50 meters of overburden.
Yeah.
Whereas the overburden in some of the other deposits are 400, 500, 600 meters.
That's a big dilution, isn't it?
It's huge. It's a huge thing because what happens is this: you've got if it's 200 meters, you can actually open pit it. But the moment you go to 500, actually 300 is the cutoff.
Yeah.
If you look at the Saskatchewan geological groups that do these things, they say 200 meters you can open pit.
Yeah.
After that, it's robots.
No chance.
So the biggest thing that we've got is we may not be as big or as high grade, but if you look back to history of the basin, the projects that got always developed first were the really shallow deposits, and that's what we have going for us, plus no debt and lots of cash.
That's right, yeah, perfect. So you think the demand, is growing, right?
Yeah.
Can you maybe give us an idea about the world market this year?
Sure.
What will be produced? Kazatom is like 45 million pounds, something like that,
Yeah, they're the world's largest producer by far. They are just, every year we have a deficit of 20 to 30, sometimes 40 million pounds, and that is supplied by inventories people have. That is also by what they call overfeeding and underfeeding, and so they that's where the supply is in the Kazakhs.
Yeah.
So right now that gap, right, this overhang on the spot price, this 5 million, so it's about 10 millions of overhang.
Yeah.
Right. Looks half of that is gone.
Yeah. Oh.
See, the Kazakhs figured something out. Why don't we just lower our production by 10%? Yeah. And we'll get 10% more price.
Yeah,
because they can.
Yeah,
they've been flooding their own market.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. It makes your price.
Look at De Beers. De Beers has been controlling the world's diamonds with 10% only of the production. Yet here's Kazakhs with 33% of the production, and they're not controlling it.
Yeah.
So there was a very smart guy named Scott Mellenby. And he's the one that went to them and said,
I interviewed him actually in Munich.
Yeah.
I
he's
really
smart.
like him. He's fantastic.
He's very smart. He knows more about the industry than anybody I know.
Yeah.
But he just went to them and said, stop selling.
Yeah.
You're the only seller out there.
Yeah.
They stop, boom, the prices jump up. It's amazing that a lot of more companies don't think like that. So.
Yeah, great. So final question, what can we expect this year from Fission?
Well, we're going to, on this project, we've been mostly focusing here, but as you know, this is a very small part of the overall project.
Absolutely.
So going towards the boulders, we're going to test the new areas. What we're looking for is another 780, 840, or 1620. These are blobs of uranium that can add pounds really quick. So what we're trying to do, Jochen, is find more of these.
Yeah.
We know this might go this way here, but I think what's going to impact the markets is that we found another zone here or up there.
Absolutely.
And that's what's going to add value.
Yeah. Super.
It's blue sky.
I like that. It's blue water and blue sky.
Fantastic.
There we go. Super. Well, Dev, then all the best for that. Thank you very much for the update.
Thank you for your time.
And we look really forward to the next update.
Thank you.
To the resource estimate.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Dev Randhawa, the CEO of Fission Uranium. And you heard it. The markets are turning. Definitely the Kazatom has reduced by 10%. Cameco is also reducing by 10%. And the markets are shrinking. The demand is growing and growing. As Dev mentioned, in China, they are building the nuclear power plants, in India, all over the world. So we have the demand. Fission is definitely in good shape, in the right place in Saskatchewan, has enough money, has over, I think, still over $60 million in the bank, and CGN is almost 20% partner, so also a Chinese partner with deep pockets. That's exactly what you want to have. Check out the company. Thanks and bye-bye from Vancouver.
Thank you.